I recently did a holiday appetizers video, and I know it's that time of year and we're all looking for good finger foods for different get-togethers because we have so many different get-togethers during this time of year. So I thought I would do another video for you. I'm going to be sharing with you some more finger foods / desserts that are perfect for the holidays. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. It is Sunday afternoon. We are going to have a house full in about an hour. We host small group each week, and I thought I would try this particular recipe that a friend of mine on Instagram sent me. She sent me a reel of this and it looked so good. So we're doing pigs in a blanket. However, we're also using pimento cheese, and I like the mild pimento cheese. It's just a softer, but we're going to use that, and we're going to make a dipping sauce to go with it. To get started, we need to preheat the oven to 375. That was very southern. 5. You're welcome. Okay, let's prep everything. I've got these little cocktail smokies. We had these on hand already because we had used a package of them previously and thought we might need 2 packs, but we didn't. So this is what we're going to be using today. And I will tell you, I'm going to do 1 roll of the crescent dough with the pimento cheese, and then I'll do another roll of crescent dough with the smokies without it, just in case anyone wants just a plain old pig in a blanket and doesn't want the pimento cheese. If you can find the crescent roll dough sheet, you could use that too. I get the name brand so that it'll be easier to separate. How come it's not? Leave it up to me to mess it up. How come is it? We're gonna cut this into 3 small triangles. If you can find, okay, so I went to Ingles today. This is the Laura Lynn brand, which is their brand, and I got the mild. I mean, if you prefer sharp, get the sharp by all means. But there's another mild one that I love, and it's a name brand, and you can probably only get it in South Carolina because it's called Palmetto cheese. If you can find that, get that. It's so good. I know Sam's Club has it. Why can't I get into this? But this doesn't look half bad. So let me get a little spoon, and we're gonna take just a small amount of pimento cheese. I could say that. Pimento. I'm struggling today. This is probably gonna be messy. I may have put too much pimento cheese on it. Oh, that is some real skinny. We real skinny over here. And I'm gonna put it seam side down. So I'm just gonna repeat that process. She did them in 3s, but that's barely any room for pimento cheese. I'm gonna play around with this. Look how tiny that one is. Let's smush it. Technical term, smush. Okay, I learned to work smarter, not harder. And I figured out exactly how to cut these. Now I'm just finishing up the last little bit that I'm gonna do with pimento cheese. I'm not gonna do a whole nother roll without. I'm just gonna do 6 of them without, just in case somebody doesn't want them. It is a little messy, but cooking with Mandy is always messy, even if it's not supposed to be. Okay, they are all ready. We're gonna do a little egg wash. So just 1 egg, just a little bit of water as well, maybe a tablespoon of water. And let's get some garlic powder, just a little sprinkle, and let's whisk that up. Now we're gonna take this and just spread it across the tops of all of our little pigs in a blanket. This will make sure that they're nice and golden brown, and then they'll have that little bit of garlic flavor on top as well. So out of 1 can of crescent rolls, you're gonna get 24 pigs in a blanket, which is pretty good. We are set to go. These are gonna go in the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes or so. And while those are cooking, we are gonna make a honey mustard. Obviously, if you wanna just buy pre-made honey mustard, you can do that. But I've got some Dijon mustard, some Duke's mayonnaise, and I'm gonna go grab the honey. I'm gonna be doing hot honey. So this is something my friend Shelly gave me. I've not used much of it at all because I really don't know how to use it. I know that sounds silly, but I never think to use it. That's more the issue. And not everything you wanna make hot. But this is a hot honey. It's a chili pepper infused honey. So we're gonna add a little bit of that so it gives it a little kick. We're gonna do equal parts Dijon mustard, about 3 tablespoons. About 3 tablespoons or so of mayonnaise. I need to go open up a new mayonnaise. I am scraping the bottom of the barrel over here. We are never without Duke's mayonnaise. I think I have 2 in the pantry. I don't play. We're good to go. Okay, add that in. And now I'm gonna do a couple of tablespoons of the hot honey. So let's mix this together really well, and then I'm just going to taste it and kind of see where we're at. So at our small group, we don't eat first, we eat afterwards. So what I'm probably going to have to do is just turn the oven on to warm to leave my pigs in a blanket in there so that they don't get cold. Ooh, that looks good. Let's taste it. That's my new favorite way to make honey mustard, with the hot honey. It's not spicy, but it has it just gives it a little something extra tangy, you know? Instead of being super mild like regular honey. This just came out of the oven. Look how brown they are. They look so good. I'm gonna give them a minute, and then Stephen and I will each try one just so that we have a taste test for y'all.
All right, I get to try this.
Be careful now, it's hot.
Okay. Oh, that means I need to get back then, because I'm gonna get burned.
You will get burned. Hold on. Let me get a little thing.
I love some pigs in the blanket.
Well, some of them, I left some of them plain so that just in case somebody didn't want pimento cheese, you know?
Oh, okay.
But I also made a honey mustard with hot honey.
Hot honey.
That's right. It's the hot honey that Shelly gave us. It's the chili pepper.
You're my hot honey. I'm sorry I had to. I just can't help it. You're my hot honey, so. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's for you.
This is my hot honey.
That's your hot honey. I'm gonna have.
This pig in a blanket is a hot honey.
Would you stop?
Gosh. All right, I'll be
Instant regret of saying hot honey. Instant.
You can't do that around me.
No. Oh, it's still hot.
Ooh, you could just kind of push the pig back in there.
You gotta show them.
Just slide it back in.
Little boop. Can't double dip because it's gonna be for everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, double dip. Wow. Yeah. Delicious. Mustard flavor, a little bit of sweetness. But then it
How's that
pairs,
tang?
yeah, the tang with the sausage, the
little smoky, yeah.
So that smoky flavor with the honey mustard, that kind of lifts it up.
And then you've got
really
pimento
good.
cheese in there too.
And the pimento cheese.
It's very small amount.
Yeah,
So
just a small amount of pimento cheese. So I'm not really getting a lot of the cheese, probably because of the dip. I mean,
yeah, the dip may overpower it.
I got kind of a lot of dip on mine, so that's really good.
I dip, you dip, we dip.
That's right. I did dip.
If you're wanting to really kind of taste that cheesy flavor, don't dip it because it does kind of overpower the cheese. But I could taste the cheese on my second bite especially because I didn't dip that bite.
Yeah.
And it's really good. That cheesiness with the cocktail weenie is just perfect. So
It's really good.
this is a great idea for any little get together that you have. And this hot honey mustard is so delicious. So you should give it a try.
I mean, I could think of some other things we can put that on maybe sometime.
Well, I mean, I could just make chicken fingers or.
Yeah, you could. We're gonna start I heard that.
You heard the
Almost shirt twin.
I know, look at us. We're like
Very
two
close.
different Christmas trees in the forest.
Shades of green here. Got going on.
Speaking of Christmas,
Yeah,
we're about to make some more Christmas food.
it's gonna be good.
The one I'm making now that's savory and sweet are turkey cranberry sliders. Let's preheat an oven, shall we? To 350. We've got some King's Hawaiian sweet rolls here, and we're gonna cut these in half. Let's put the bottom half in the pan. Take the top half over here. Okay, you need about half a pound of turkey. Now, if that's leftover turkey from the holidays, great. But I'm just getting just my deli turkey. I just bought this in the prepackaged section. It's all kind of hanging out together. But you could definitely get them to slice turkey for you, however you want to do it. I love how it kind of just sticks together. I don't know if you're seeing that. How it yeah, it's like in a little accordion. Next, you need about 8 ounces of Havarti. Is that how you say that? I'm assuming that's how you say it. Havarti cheese. Stephen opened this yesterday. I didn't realize that, but that's okay. We still have enough. Oh yeah, that's plenty. We're just gonna go with that. Well, I mean, we only have 2 slices left. Just use them, right? Now, we're gonna use some whole berry cranberry sauce. In my last video, I asked, why in the world is it upside down? You guys told me. You guys are a lot smarter than I am. Apparently there's an air bubble when it's stored correctly. So when you store it with this facing up like you're supposed to, there's an air bubble up here. So when you open this, it's supposed to slide out easier. But many of you told me to poke a hole in this. So I'm gonna open this and then poke a hole in this side. I'm assuming I wouldn't poke a hole first because when I turn it over, stuff is gonna leak out. So I'll be back. Okay, this is open. We'll turn it over. Ooh, will this even poke a hole? Because there's nothing to grab onto. You know, normally this part right here grabs the edge. Yeah, I can't poke a hole in this. Well, it was a good thought. Tell me how you poke a hole in it, because I don't know. We don't need this entire thing, so I can freeze the half that I'm not gonna use. We only need about a half a cup, but we're going to top our cheese with this cranberry sauce. So you could definitely do more or less cranberry, just depending on your liking. I love cranberry, so I'm gonna go a little heavy. She's pretty. We're going with it. Now let's go ahead and place the tops over top. This is so easy. But now for the good part. All right, we've got half a stick of butter, or 1/4 a cup of butter melted. Let's add in about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a splash of the Dub sauce, a couple of teaspoons of brown sugar, and it says everything bagel seasoning. We're gonna go with this 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's that I have on hand because I don't have everything bagel seasoning. Do you like that seasoning? I mean, it's fine, but I bought it once and I was like, well, I don't really ever want to buy that again because we just didn't use it that much. And it says to drizzle it over top, but I'm gonna use my little basting brush. I mean, just lather it on there. The more better. The more better, the more butter? No, the more butter, the more better. I mean, say it how you want to. That's how Mandy's gonna say it. Fun story, we bought our very first, I think, king size bed, long time ago, or like king size mattress, I mean. And the particular one that we fell in love with at the store was a Paula Deen, and I told my mama, it was like the Paula Deen brand or whatever. I told my mama, I said, it's a Paula Deen mattress. She said, does it dispense butter? Anyway, okay, let's cover this with some aluminum foil. We're gonna bake this at 350 for about 15 minutes, and then after that, we will take the aluminum foil off and bake it for another 5. Ma'am. She said, I know you had cheese and you didn't give me any. Gracie, you gotta get back, it's hot. Get back. Okay. Did mommy use all the cheese and not give you any? I got some Gouda for Luda. Okay. Gouda for Luda. The timer just went off, which means we need to take the aluminum foil off. So let's see if I can do that. Oh yeah. I say oh yeah. Please. There we go. Gosh, it smells so good, y'all. You just have to trust me. We got 5 more minutes to go. Okay, it is coming out of the oven, and I did not think this through very well, so shocker. I should have put parchment paper or something in here to transfer it out easier, because I don't want to reach in there with my bread knife and cut, because then I'm gonna scratch the pan. So let's see what we can do. Do you think it'll work? Dun, da, da, da. Super Mandy. Let's try this out, shall we?
All right. It smells delicious in here.
Gracie said she agrees.
She's approving.
Watch out, baby.
Have you tried some of it yet?
No, not yet. Let's say a blessing real quick. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Time to eat. Wait. We got a tink.
Tink it.
Oh. Tink. That is so good. Sweet and savory at the same time.
Now I'm getting that ham. Or whatever that is. Is that turkey? Meat. The meat. The bread, the crust on the bottom of the bread is really nice too.
Yeah, and then it's got that
crunch in there.
Buttery topping.
Definitely a holiday reminder.
It's the holiday
It's like a
season. Holiday.
Yeah, it's definitely a holiday.
It is. This would be a great way to use leftover turkey.
There ain't gonna be no leftover in this house.
If you're looking for more ways to use leftover turkey, I did another video about just that topic right around Thanksgiving. And I was looking forward to using leftover turkey after Thanksgiving. Did we have any leftover turkey after Thanksgiving? 16-pound turkey, gone. There was no leftovers.
Well, you kept going back.
Well,
I tried to stop her and I said, look, you're gonna have to lay off some of that turkey there.
it was not me. Stop it. It's like, what are you talking about?
I'm gonna have to lay off some of that turkey.
It has been a morning, but I am ready to make our lunch, and it's going to be another great appetizer for holiday parties or football parties. You know, there's a huge football game that's coming up not too long from now. Store this in the back of your mind for that. We're going to be making Sloppy Joe slices. Let's do it. Preheat the oven, not broil. Preheat, 350. She knows. that this is out. Large skillet, medium high. I've got 1 pound of lean ground beef. We're just gonna brown that up. And while that gets started, let's shred some cheese and feed a cheese monster, shall we? I already have 1 block of cheese open in my fridge, so let's use the rest of it first. We need about 3 cups of cheddar cheese. You could do Colby Jack, you could do whatever you want, really. But we're gonna do sharp cheddar. She can't hear anything. I'll be right back. Let me go grab the cheese monster so I can give her some. Grace. Okay, I gave her some cheese. I don't know if y'all could hear that. I had to go all the way into the living room and get her on the couch, but I gave her some cheese. She's happy. 3 cups of cheese shredded. Now let's head over to the stove. This is almost done. As soon as this is no longer pink, you would drain it if you needed to. I don't really need to. There's not much fat in here at all. But all we're gonna do is just make our sloppy joe mixture just like you normally would. Of course, you can always make your own sloppy joe mixture. It's definitely better when it's homemade, but today we are using the help of Manwich. And I really like the bold one. We're gonna pour that in here once this is done. Okay, I've got my baking sheet here. So I have just a loaf of French bread from my grocery store, and we're just gonna cut it in half. There we go, ta-da. So let's go grab our sloppy joe mix. And I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit, and then we're just gonna top it with the cheese. Talk about easy appetizer. When my guys heard me talking about making this, they got so excited. They wanted this for lunch today. I was planning on making some soup for lunch today, which will also be in an upcoming video, but they voted for this. So here we are. And you want a good layer of cheese. You want it to pretty much cover it. This is going in the oven at 350 for 10 to 15 minutes, and that's it. So much yes. Just yes. These are definitely done. They're a little crusty on the outside. We're just gonna cut these into slices. This is perfect lunch for us, or appetizer slash party food. It's hot, just heads up. We had a casualty, so I'm taking care of that.
Yes.
We are so happy over here. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is not even all of it. I've still got over half of one to cut.
Really good.
Be careful when you're cutting it. Just know you need to grab it from both sides, really, to kind of hold it in place.
Are we going to do a tinky tink?
Oh, yeah, we got.
Okay, we got a tinky tink here. That looks really good. Look at that.
So cute. Oh, I'm dropping stuff.
Okay, tink.
Tink.
Oh, man. Sloppy joes. I love that cheddar cheese on top. But that bread, I love the style of this.
This would be good party food. Mm-hmm. Think about football party gathering. Wouldn't that be good?
Where's more?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't even realize he was holding that.
First of all, the bread being crunchy on the bottom, it really soaks up the sloppy joe sauce. Unlike, when you put it on regular bread and it gets all mushy.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen here, so it has a nice little crunch.
That's his second. Has his second little plate. This is a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves sloppy joes. Then you add cheese on top of it, and like he was saying, the crunchy bread. So what?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I have saved quite possibly the most entertaining recipe for last. If you've been around here, you know I am not a baker, but we're gonna attempt to bake together today. I love a good peanut butter blossom cookie with the little Hershey kiss on top. But today we are making peanut butter blossom bars. We can do this, right? Pet peeve of mine, when I am following a recipe and it does not say as the very first instruction to preheat your oven, that's a pet peeve. Please tell me to do so, because I'm gonna forget until it's time to put it in the oven and realize I didn't preheat it. Anywho, we're gonna preheat the oven to 350. Let's do it to it. I've got a stick of butter, or a half a cup of unsalted butter here, softened. It's been sitting out at room temperature, and then I just threw it in the microwave too, just for good measure. Oh, it's standing up. Okay, we need half a cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of brown sugar. We need half a cup of creamy peanut butter, and I did spray my little cup measure with nonstick spray in hopes that it's gonna help slide this right out. It did. Look at that. Now that's just nifty. And then we need 1 egg. Okay, we're gonna beat this on medium speed until it's well mixed together. Now we need to add in by hand 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I've got a half cup measure here. We need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. This is a 1/4 teaspoon measure. We need a half a teaspoon of baking powder and about 1/8 of a teaspoon, don't spill it, of salt. I had to pick it up. It was already in here and I was scared I was gonna spill it. So there we go. Okay, we're just gonna stir this together until a dough forms. And the recipe mentions that the dough is gonna be stiff, almost crumbly. So I shouldn't freak out if I have crumbly dough, I guess. Well, they weren't kidding. It's pretty crumbly. Now we've got milk chocolate chips. We need 2/3 a cup. Nestle Toulouse. Name that show. Anyway, we need 2/3 a cup of this. There we go. I'm gonna quality control. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's stir that together. Okay, we've got a 9x13 pan. Just gonna spray it lightly, and we're going to press this dough into the bottom of this pan. Is it gonna fit? Well, I guess these are bars, so it's not really, they're not supposed to be thick. Oh, this is gonna be fun. It says 9x13. Press the dough. Maybe I should just press it with my fingers. Maybe I should spray my fingers with some nonstick spray. Are y'all yelling at the screen yet? You should be. Okay. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do, but that works way better. Steven's on the phone, so sorry about that if you hear that. That's about as good as it's gonna get. I mean, it's close enough to the edge, right? Now it says to sprinkle white sparkling sugar on top. Is that turbinado sugar? Is that how you say that? I don't think it is, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't have that. Well, I have that, but I have it in brown sugar. So we're just gonna go with, it says or granulated sugar. Let's just sprinkle it over top because it says to.
There comes Steven. There comes Steven.
Hi.
Hey.
This is going in the oven at 350 for 22 to 24 minutes. 22 to 24 minutes.
Oh, I can't just.
No.
Okay. Just put her in here then.
We'll do 23 just for good measure, right? Boom. We've got about 4 minutes before our bars are done. However, I'm smelling them pretty strong. I'm gonna check on them here in a second. But really quickly, I've got 24 Hershey Kisses that I need to unwrap because, as you well know, peanut butter blossoms have a Hershey Kiss on top. So, okay, we unwrapped them. I'm gonna double count because I wanna make sure I counted correctly. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 22. Are we kidding right now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Somebody must have ate one. It wasn't me. Gracie, was it you? Ta-da! Okay, this just came out of the oven, and while it's still hot, we're gonna press our Hershey Kisses into it, and then we're gonna let this thing cool completely. You don't wanna mess with your Hershey Kisses after you put them in here because they will hold their shape, but if you mess with them too much, they're gonna smush and not look so good. It has been torture in this house waiting on these things to cool. Stephen was like, I want it. I said, don't touch it. I was in there wrapping Christmas gifts and I said, you can get some, just don't touch the Hershey Kisses on top. And they're still not completely solid, but I was able to cut these up and they look so cute. I've already had one. I think he's had 2. Hey, babe. Yeah. Did you have 2 of these? Yes. Okay, I was just wondering. Yes. Sounded like, am I in trouble? They're a little crumbly, which I'm okay with. They're not hard, but they're a little crumbly. It's got the peanut butter flavor, but the peanut butter flavor is not, sorry, it's jiggling as I kind of move it. The peanut butter flavor is not overwhelming. I also love that there's chocolate chips throughout. That's a nice touch. Cole isn't here right now, or I'd have him try them. I think Cole would like these. He's not a huge sweets person though. I don't know where I went wrong. It makes 2 dozen, which is really nice, and they're a good size, so I feel like this would be great to take to a get-together for the holidays. You know what else? You know how you could probably change it up to make it even more holiday-like? Instead of doing the milk chocolate chips, do the red and green M&Ms. That might be kind of cool inside of the bar itself. Either way, they're really good. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That really helps me out because what that does is tell YouTube, hey, people are liking this content. Let's send it to other people who maybe haven't seen that content before. If you haven't already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and become a part of our YouTube family. And with all of that, I say goodbye. See you next time.